Welcome to another video of how to make a dreadlock extension. We'll jump straight into it. So when selecting the hair, typically the amount of hair that you use, the dread that you're aiming to make will be twice the thickness of the hair that you use. And since I just made this one with 4 inches of this hair, and I want to make one that's a little bit bigger than this one, a little bit thicker than this one, what I want to do is I want to take in just a little bit more than 4 inches. And let's do 4.5 inches right there. Twist it right down, folding it. Actually, let's fold it in 3s. It'll be easier for me. Alright. It's difficult sometimes to get the hair to be perfectly parted, as I'm having some difficulty, but here we go. Alright, hair ready. Using a steel comb so that it won't break. I get this one from Dreadhead HQ. We start at the top and work our way down. We start at the base and we work our way to the tip. In gentle motions, not trying to force it, we go from the base to the tip. Notice how we're not trying to get it perfect the first run through. We're just bunching it up gently. And then I'm tilting the angle like this, the comb like that. Feeling it. What I'm doing is I'm feeling to see, is that the thickness that I want? No, I want it a little bit thicker. And I can feel how it's going. See it from this angle, it's pretty flat still. But that's perfectly fine in the beginning. Now, as I'm getting down to this refined stage, a third or so time going through the back combing process, we're going to refine it a little bit more. I feel how thick it is. As I get closer and closer to the desired thickness, that's where I really micromanage the thickness and how I want to go about it. So now I'm starting at the top, I'm working my way down, aiming for the thickness that I really want. Notice that when I put the comb in and I push up, I create this gap. We want to go right below that gap and push up again. So I got a gap, go down below it, push it up. Pushing those knots up. Sometimes I'll move the comb like this. Sometimes I'll twist my left wrist in order to get a different angle of the comb. But the primary purpose is just to find the knots within that gap right below it. You don't want to go too far down because then the comb doesn't go anywhere. And then it creates this bundle right there. So you just want to go just above it. Remember, we're aiming for a thickness that's just a little thicker than this one. And by far, we either got that or we're too thick. Because I twist that and I compare it. Alright, we're really close. We're really, really close. And then what I do is I feel for with my left hand or with your free hand, feel for differences and the distinction of the thicknesses and how it's going. And that's what I'm going to do. And if, for instance, let's say, for instance, you comb it too much in an area and it gets extra bushy, how do you get that out? In this area right here, it's too bushy, it's too much. I just pull it like this. I pull it with the hand, straighten it out. Or I take the comb, and I can actually go in there like this, and I pull the comb the opposite way, just a little bit. We just want to feel how thick it is. Feel if it's the desired thickness or if it needs to get more thick. And how I'm designing these particular extensions right here is they don't taper until the very end. So there's not like they go from big to small, smaller, smaller. They only taper at the very, very end. I call these uniform extensions. Checking the feel of it. I would say a little bit more, just a tiny bit more thick, because if I compare these, it could be a little bit more, a tiny bit more, not much, because this is coming really close. And it's really just a playing with it, just combing consistently. And as a compound tutorial, I'm about to show you how to crochet this extension as well. Maybe showing if we need to use the comb in order to check any of the density, but I'm feeling it. It feels good, like I'm rubbing it. It feels mostly consistent. Consistent enough. And that's what you're aiming for. You want it to be consistent enough, not perfect. You're not trying to get it perfect straight from the get-go. Get this area perfect and this area perfect. And no, you get the whole thing to feel generally in that direction of where you want it to go. This concludes this short tutorial on how to make a dreadlock extension through backcombing. How I do it and how I create uniform dreadlock extensions. Stay tuned for the next video where I will crochet that particular dreadlock for you and guide you through my process of how to make a professional dreadlock extension via how I crochet personally. And hope to see you there.